film days are hard. They're very long. They're very tough. And then within like 2 hours of being totally done, wrap, send it to Discovery, something horrible happened. It was
Well, I was still filming
very-
stand-ups at this point. And I was with my director and film crew, and we were just getting like last minute little shots at the end of the day. And there is a safety zone that's supposed to keep the audience that are out there watching away from the actual machines. And
all that safety zone, it's like maybe 25 yards of empty space, right? So it's like you have the line of the machines that fire the pumpkins. You have the people operating, standing behind the machines. And then we are allowed to run around with, next to the machines filming. But then there's this whole space that goes the entire length of the field that's 25 feet back. And then that's where the crowd is, behind a fence. Like I
remember
that's the
how
safety.
many times you and I would be saying, I think we're too close. I think we're too close. But like, they want to get the shot because they want to illustrate the danger. They want to get up in the machinery. They want to make a show about it. And it's if you haven't been to this before, I don't think you really understand the danger. It just seems like a lot of fun and a lot of cool engineering. But we were definitely in an area that was a little too close.
No, and
one of those air cannons exploded, and pieces of metal, like you wouldn't realize how heavy this stuff is because when it went up into the air, it looked like paper scattering. But a piece of metal the size of a car door came flinging through the air. Everybody's screaming heads up. But our director, who was new, she didn't look up. She started to run away.
Ugh.
And the car door smashed the top of her head and went underneath her helmet. And she went down. And I was like right there with them. And I went a little nuts. I just kind of like went shelled into my body, and I didn't know what was happening. And I was like pacing around going like, I was like, no, I don't know who hit. I don't know who it hit. Like just kind of, I was a mess.
No, it was really unbelievable. Yeah. And not to be, too morbid about it, but in case the audience never heard about this, the director thankfully wasn't killed. She easily could have been. But she was severely injured. I think she lost vision in one eye. I haven't kept up with her, but she had, because we were in the middle of nowhere, she had to be helicoptered out of there. All of us were I was in shock because I'm a new kid. I didn't really know you. I didn't know you guys personally. I'm just this Discovery implant into the show. And I don't know if I'm exaggerating or my memory's done after that, but probably within 20 to 30 minutes after the helicopter left, the entire production was shut down and we were driving out of there.
Yeah.
They told us that
shut everything down. It's done.
Dead.
Yes.
They told us she died, and we were back at the trailer just kind of shaking, not knowing what was happening. Well, it was like a good half hour before they told us. And I think
news was already coming out about it.
Yeah.
Well, one of the producers, he was on the phone. I was standing next to him outside the trailer because I was just like, oh my God, like, I don't know if she's going to survive this. And he was talking to the paramedic at the hospital, and he's all, is she alive? And he said it was a fatality, a fatal injury. He kept saying, he was like, please repeat it again. It was a fatal injury. She is not alive. And then that's when we just all broke down, and we were like, oh my God, for a TV show, somebody just got killed. And for I don't know, like at least an hour, we all thought that she was dead.
It was horrible. And I remember, maybe to lighten the mood a little bit, I remember the next morning I was so unthinking about anything that I took the first Uber that showed up, and it was Tory's Uber, and I took it from him, and he had to wait at the hotel at like 2 a.m. And he got to the airport, and he's like, he's like, dude, I was supposed to come with you. What are you doing? I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't know.
You're like, I'm in shock.
I'm sorry.
I
took out a $20 bill. I was like, I could pay for the Uber if you
Oh
want.
my
I'm sorry.
God. You
I'm
poor
sorry.
guy. You're like totally in shock. But thankfully,
yeah.
she survived. And
Yeah.
that was like,
Yeah.
we were like, thank God. Like,
And then afterwards, Discovery was very kind. They sent us all a travel bag from the merch store that said Travel
Yep.
Channel on it.
that healed everything. But needless to say, this episode never aired. And it was
never
like,
aired.
And this was also the end of Pumpkin Chunkin'.
yeah, that's
It
right.
was.